Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we are describing a watch that in many regards plays to the hardcore Paneristo. This is a throwback to the guy who would have been into the PAM24s and PAM25s in the late 90s, not so much the genteel man about town that Panerai has been cultivating as its customer in the last 10 years. This is the Panerai Luminor Submersible PAM00984 Mike Horn Special Edition. Not limited edition, special edition. This watch made in what they call Ecotitanium, a more ethically sourced titanium, is 47 millimeters in diameter. It is 15.6 millimeters thick, 56.3 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and it has a 26 millimeter spacing between the lugs. So Ecotitanium. It's more ethically sourced from a combination of reconditioned and sustainably processed materials, but the watch is still as big, boisterous, and politically incorrect as any Panerai ever. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see that it's broad. Being as broad as it is at over 56 millimeters, I recommend you wear it on a wrist no smaller than mine, so 16 centimeters circumference or larger. While it's not as offensively thick as it could have been, it is still a substantial watch. Now, the timepiece includes two straps, one that you see here, a standard Panerai vulcanized rubber strap. It's got a bellows-style extensible system that allows it to remain exceptionally flexible. So too does the hollow on the underside. You have that 1970-style Panerai OP logo to remind you that by the 70s, Panerai was building products for both above and below the waves. And then we've got a matching satin-finished titanium trapezoidal pin buckle. The timepiece does include a second strap made of recycled PET that helps to beef up this watch's ecological bona fides. And there is a different version of this watch, the 985, that was a 19-piece edition with blue dial accents. To take care to note that this is the 984, which has green dial accents and was not a limited series. That said, it is a timepiece that is distinctive, memorable, and desirable in its own right, as it features a 47 millimeter case made of titanium with the iconic Panerai device protecting the crown. Cover the watch, you still know what make and model. It's that recognizable. Lever up, now the watch can be set. You have a little mobile hour hand, which can be used for jumping the date forward and backwards as you travel time east and west. This is great for travelers. And Mike Horn, the adventurer, who is the namesake of this watch, would be one such person. Now, you pull the crown out all the way, you activate hacking seconds. You can set your watch to a reference time. The device protecting the crown locks when you press the lever down. Now you have 300-meter water resistance. Note there's a little bearing in the cam. Since 2007, that bearing called the runner has served to make the action smoother. This system was originally devised by Panerai to reduce the need to thread a crown in and out back when their watches were all manual wind. For the first couple of decades, they used the Rolex screw-down oyster crown system because Rolex made the watches, and that system over time would diminish the integrity of a crown seal. This merely compresses and decompresses. There's no threading in and out. The bezel, which is 60 click, has a wonderfully chunky sound and feel. Let's hear. Along with Doxa, that is one of the chunkiest and most satisfying bezel feels and sounds you'll encounter. Now you can see the bezel includes both media blasting recesses and then raised, relieved, and satinated calibrations. You can see on the edge it is polished, and that suggests that this Ecotitanium is Ecotitanium grade 5 because you can't polish the grade 2 stuff. Taking a quick look, you can see plenty of luminescence. The constant second scale is particularly entertaining, and so is the differential lume. You can see the minute hand and the bezel pearl are blue, so you can rapidly and easily distinguish these two critical components to time your dive. The bezel, of course, can be used to time intervals up to 60 minutes. I've always preferred dive bezels over chronographs. They're just more intuitive to read. They give you a larger scale than a 30-minute chrono register, and you don't have the downstream service costs that come with a chronograph. Sandwich dial. This is a historic Panerai feature, but you'll note that all of the verbiage, Panerai, submersible, automatic, and this inexact conversion of meters to feet, they all sit underneath the crystal along with the Swiss-made Luminova notation. So the dial is bare, unadorned. It's matte black to resist glare. And then the way this works with the sandwich dial is you have a stencil on top of a fully loomed disc, which creates a wonderful effect distinctive of these watches, including actual depth to the luminescent wells. On the caseback, the wild world of Mike Horn. We've got some fish, we have some jellyfish, a sea turtle, and a large baleen whale. All of this celebrating the long-term link between the Explorer and Panerai. There have been multiple Mike Horn special editions. This watch was released in 2019, and you can see on the back it proudly boasts of its Ecotitanium. You can also see the quick release system that Panerai uses on its premium models. You press this little spring-loaded trigger, and that releases the bar, which you then press through. The watch does come with strap tools, so it's easy to release the strap, but you don't have the vulnerability of a spring bar, and you don't risk disfiguring the lugs as you might if you have shaky hands and you're trying to use a jeweler's screwdriver. Inside, we have caliber 9010, which is a Panerai exclusive twin-barrel automatic winder with a 72-hour power reserve, stop seconds, a quick set date. It beats away at 4 hertz or 28,800 vibrations per hour. All of this pivots on 31 joules. And it has a full balance bridge with a free sprung balance to make it more shock tolerant. And it is a properly sized movement to fit a large Panerai case. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.